Hey, you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. Today I want to do a divine masculine and feminine check-in, but I also want you to know that you are loved today and that you are definitely deserving of the twin flame journey. So if you say, do I deserve this quite often? Do I deserve love? Do I deserve to feel joy? Do I deserve to feel any kind of way? Just know that me and Bert are telling you that yes, you do. And I love him today because he matches my earrings and also my t-shirt. Thank you, Bert. He's one of the newest gang members to the channel. So I'm going to get started with the reading very soon, but I want you to think about what your needs are in general, even on the twin flame journey and within your work life, your home life, your karmic life. All right? I want you to think about what your needs are. And if your needs aren't getting met, I want you to do the 3D ask. All right? This is what I prepared earlier, and there's no drawings today. So it's easy to remember. APPS, like apps that you would get on your phone. Ask, poke, push, and say goodbye. Ask, poke, push, say goodbye. Okay, I'll give you an example. Hey Bert, would you mind mowing the lawn for me on Tuesday? And he'll say he doesn't mind. Okay, good. So Tuesday comes and goes. And on Wednesday I might say, hey Bert, you said you were going to mow the lawn. Would you mind making sure that you mow the lawn? Okay, so I might have a series of asking for this 3 times, because maybe he got tired, maybe he got busy, maybe he got whatever. And then if he still doesn't do it, I'm going to go to poke. So I'm not actually going to poke him, but I'm going to say, hey Bert, do you think, because you said you would, and I've asked you a few times now, could you please mow the lawn? Because, we've got family coming over. We've got family coming over on the weekend. And he says a great big yes, but then he still doesn't do it. All right. So now we can get a little bit pushier, right? And we can say, hey, you know how family are going to be here tomorrow? I really, really need you to mow the lawn because, it's going to look terrible if family come and it's not done. And maybe your voice could be a little bit sterner than normal. Maybe you could give them an emoji face, right? And if he still doesn't do it, then you can take it upon yourself, say goodbye. Bye, Bert. Thanks for help. Thanks for nothing. I don't want to say thanks for nothing, but you're going to realize then that they don't want to do it. So you say goodbye to the idea. Okay? Now this can work in any situation. This can work with your children. This can work with work and colleagues. This can work with friendships and also your twin flame. So a twin flame example, since we're talking about twin flames today, a twin flame example might be, I need you, or I would like it if you, using the word need is good though. I would really like it if you could text me 3 times a week. Is that okay with you? I know that you're free on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And your twin flame might go, yeah, sure, that's great. And then you might say something like, and if you can't text me, can you just send me a little text telling me that you can't? So that I know that you're busy, a few hours beforehand or the day before or something like that. So then I know what's going on. Now, if they don't comply, you can ask them a few more times. But then we want to get to the poking stage. Well, you know how we said that we were going to text 3 times a week and we're not doing that. Is that still okay with you? You know, it's like a little check-in. Is that still okay with you? You kind of reminding them. And then we can get to the pushing point. You know, you said that you didn't mind. If there's something else in the way of this, maybe you could let me know. And if they still don't do it, that's when you walk away. So you've got to be willing to walk away. And to quantify this, we're going to ask 3 times. We're going to poke once, push once, and then say goodbye once until they do as they're told. Because if they agreed to it in the first place and they couldn't do it, they shouldn't have agreed to it in the first place, okay? And many divine feminines are at this point with their divine masculines about a number of issues, all right? The divine feminine's kind of in this melancholy mode where she's like, well, you know, I am focused on myself. I am focused on what I'm doing in my life. I've got enough to go on with to be happy, you know. However, there's this melancholy feeling that something's missing. And of course, that is literally the other half of her soul. So let's see what she wants to say now. I'm going to get a little story. And then we'll go to the divine masculine. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I think. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Many divine feminines are thinking, what is the divine masculine withholding? What's the excuse this time for not coming in? And if there is an excuse, why don't you just tell me? Because she's pretty straightforward. She's pretty plain as day. She's pretty transparent. Transparent is a great word. That's the word I want to use today. So she's like, well, I'm confused as to why this relationship in the 3D isn't kind of going anywhere. I've been confused for a while now because when we first met, it was rainbows and unicorns and sunshine and lollipops. And then all of a sudden the passion left. And he's slow to talk to me. He's been taking a break. So what's he hiding? Or what's making him sad? You know, because in divine feminine's mind, if you're listening today, divine masculine, in divine feminine's mind, if you're going through something, she wants to be there to help you go through it. She's been separate already for a long time. She already knows what it's like to cope on her own. She doesn't want to do that either. So she wants to be there for you. And she wants you to be there for her as well. So although there's things in her 3D life that are making her happy, there is still that piece of the puzzle that's missing. Like how Bert's here, but Ernie's not. You know, Bert can go and be the member of the Sesame Street Police. Doesn't he look cool when he walks? You know, he can go and do that on his own. But he still feels like Ernie's missing. Because he is. He's not here. In the 3D. Let's see what divine masculine has to say. A lot of divine feminines aren't even... They're kind of already rolling their eyes as I shuffle here right now. They're not really fussed because they've put in a lot of effort. Oh, wow. Lots of yellow here. Wow. Been holding on to the 3D. What he has to do in the 3D. I got to work. I got to study. I got to help Aunt Bessie. I got to help Cousin Lucy. I got to help Mum. I got to help Dad. I got to help my brother. I got to do all this stuff. And then in the next breath he goes, oh, but you're still my wish fulfillment. You're just going to wait around, right? When I'm ready, you'll be there. Trying to balance everything. Not coming in. Barely at all. Not being that usual fool for love that he was in the past. He's making a decision, wow, to stay away, right? Staying away from love. Holding secrets back. Holding what's on his mind back. Some divine masculines are pissed off with their divine feminines too. They kind of want to say, well, how come you've got so many expectations of me? It's kind of like nagging a little bit. So he's going on with his life right now, despite the divine feminine. He thinks she's ungrounded. You know, maybe next week she'll feel better. Maybe when we come together next time, there'll be more fruition. Interesting here how the Lovers is showing up as the decision to not come in. We've got the Hanged Man. What else does he want to say? He's making a stand by not coming in, by the way. This is divine masculine's way of making a stand. He's trying to prove a point. What point is he trying to prove? He says, you're just upset right now. So I'm going to leave you in your upsetness, divine feminine. You can have a little think about why you're so upset. Remember? She's over here crying over spilt milk, apparently. Huge disconnect here in the 3D. He's like, I offered you... Wow, I need to have a drink. I gave you what I could. But now I'm going to move away. Until you kind of sort yourself out. That's kind of what he's saying. Until you sort yourself out, I'm going to move away. I can feel your energy right now. I don't really like it particularly. And then he goes, but damn, I really want to have sex with her. But damn, I really love her. He wants to say all these other bitches in my life, literally, woo, they just fell down. With no disrespect to the karmic, but, you know, a lot of them are being bitchy to him. He doesn't like it. This is how he's feeling towards the divine feminine. Completely sexually passionate and also very loving. So is it a love that he's going to fight for in the near future? Let's have a look. Wow. For right now, he's cutting the divine feminine off, feeling her energy because she's had this blocked off heart. She's pissed off with him. Not all divine feminines are pissed off, but some of them are. Some of them are holding their breath like, how long do I have to wait? You know, how long do I need to wait? When are you coming in? Right? And this is where we're going to come back to this sheet. What does the divine feminine and masculine need to feel safe, wanted, loved, and joyful? If part of that is communication with your twin flame, you need to let them know. How do you ask? You say, hey sweetie, hey honey, hey sugar pie, hey sugar plum, I need to talk with you. You can do that up to 3 times before you poke them. You know how we said we were going to communicate on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m.? Do you think you're going to be able to manage that? Is there something I can do to make that happen? Maybe we should shift the time? And he goes, no, it's fine. Swap gender or DMDF, how it resonates. Then you're going to need to get a little bit pushy if he doesn't do it. Right? I'd really like that to happen. Otherwise the relationship can't really continue, because if we're not talking, it's a bit difficult. And then be willing to walk away. Right? Because you deserve love. You deserve to have boundaries. And I'm not talking about being a bitch or a bastard or any of those things, but you need to let the other person know in the 3D. And this is why I've done the Magic 20, where you can ask me 20 questions. We can work through any problem. It works for business, friendship, partnership, soulmate, twin flame, family members. Okay, and I'll teach you how to have a relationship with someone that works in the 3D, all right? From your questions that you give me, 20 questions, all right? So anyway, going back to what he wants to say is like, I'm not willing to come into union right now. I'm being the stern emperor. So you go and be single for a while and see how that feels. Right? See how that feels, and I'll just be slower again because I'm not making you happy. Obviously, I'm not making you happy. So I'll just be over here. But the underlying message was that he's in love with you and he wants to make love to you. Even though he's being kind of stern. He's coming across as the emperor. He's like, you be no bleeps given, I'll show you no bleeps given, I'll give you more no bleeps given. So he's being stubborn, right? The emperor, although he is the king of all the kings, he's also the Who's Your Daddy card, but he can also be quite stern. You know, it's my way or the highway. I'll come in when I'm good and ready to come in. Divine feminine, without closing off her heart chakra, has to be willing to have 3D boundaries here. And say, well, that's not good enough for me. I need more than that. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me because I deserve better. Look at this. I don't want to be crying over this all the time. I don't want to be thinking about this all the time. Look at who I love, divine masculine. I love you. That's me and you there. She's quite annoyed. She's really trying to stay in her heart chakra, but she's really kind of getting annoyed at the same time. One more message from divine masculine here. It's important we understand where he is. If you know where your divine masculine is emotionally or logically, then you can deal with it better. Wow. Look at this. All the yellow. I manifested you in the past and I can do it again, he says. Right? Even if he's not spiritual. He's going, I've been really slow. There's some things I haven't done the way I wanted to do them, but I was doing them slowly because I wanted them to be right. I didn't want to come across as this dude that's just trying to get in her knickers. Right? But boy, oh boy, I hope she's still waiting for me. Because we belong together, don't you know? Look at all the yellow. So within this separation, as hard as it is, because it really feels like grieving for the divine feminine is grieving her divine masculine in this separation time. He doesn't know that she feels it that strongly. He doesn't know that when he stays away, She hurts inside, like it's hollow. It's like grieving. And so when your divine masculine does come in again, you need to ask him for what you need. I need some things from you for this to work. Even though it's unconditional love, we do live in a world, a 3D world, where we need to have some conditions and boundaries so that people don't walk completely all over us, whether that's your twin flame or your Uncle Bob, doesn't matter. And even Bert agrees with me. So you've got to be willing to go the whole way. If you're going to ask your divine masculine or your divine feminine for something, give them three chances, 3 strikes, a poke, a push, and then you're out. Be willing to walk away, because as much as it hurts more to not get your needs met within the connection in the 3D. And many of you will know what I'm saying, and many of you will disagree with me and say, no, I'm supposed to love them unconditionally. You are, but if you don't have some kind of boundaries, you're going to keep being this guy or this girl. You're going to be sad all the time. So the major point here is if someone doesn't know what you need to tell them so that they do. If you don't know what you need, how can you ask for it? If you don't feel you deserve it, then you won't ask for it. For those of you who've done the Magic 20 with me, you'll know what I'm talking about here. You've got to come to a realization within yourself that you deserve love. And what does love look like for you? You know, I mean, everyone thinks of this peaches and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies, and that's great, but we do live in the 3D reality. So what does love look, in the 5D, it's going to maybe look a bit different than what it's going to turn out in the 3D, but you can still dream. You're still allowed to have needs and wants. It's very, very important that you feel safe within the connection, that you feel loved within the connection, that you feel wanted and joyful within the connection. Otherwise, what's the point? So I'm not talking about people who are in complete separation with their twin and haven't heard from them for 5 years, because you can't do this 3D ask thing. But for those of you in semi-union, where your twin flame comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out, and there's absolutely no boundaries here, you need to start asking for what you need so that you can feel safe, so that you can feel loved, so that you can feel wanted, and so that you can feel joyful. Otherwise, you may as well be with a soulmate, because a soulmate can also give you, it's not going to be the same, of course, it won't be to the same level. No matter what your relationship is with anyone, you need to feel loved, wanted, safe and joyful, whether that's with your kids, with your mother, with your father, with your brother, with your uncle, with your auntie. And if you don't, it's because you need to ask for what you need. I feel safe when you call me on a Wednesday night at 5 p.m. and you're on time. That makes me feel safe. I feel loved when you tell me what your needs are so that I can fulfill them too. This works 2 ways. It's not just the divine feminine having a bitch fest over the divine masculine. It's not her being accusational and saying, well, you never blah, 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 blah. And see, look at Bert. Right? We're not trying to make divine masculine feel that he's not meeting the needs. But if he doesn't know what your needs are, then how can he know them? Unless he's a psychic medium. Are you a psychic medium? No. Yes, maybe. I don't know what does that mean? That means you're crazy. I don't know, we could have lots of fun with karaoke one day with Bert. So, whew, all right. So he loves you, divine feminine. He's passionate about you, but he's kind of letting you cool your heels right now because he can feel that you think that he's done something wrong and he doesn't want to disappoint you, so he stays away. He would rather stay away and not hurt you, even though it hurts you when he doesn't come in. So if you're listening today, divine masculine, contact your divine feminine. Staying away only hurts her more. Explain what's going on. Come to some sort of agreement. What are your needs? What are her needs? Come together. I want to sing that song. All we are saying is give needs a chance, right? Not peace. Give needs a chance. All we are saying is give needs a chance. So many times the disconnect between the genders, you know, it might not apply to you if you're in a same-sex twin flame relationship, but the genders, if you're in a male-female relationship, twin flame relationship, so many times the divine masculine is in a logical space. What do you think about this? And the divine feminine is in a feminine space. I feel this about it. She doesn't think, she feels it all. She's trying to find the camera. There it is. Right? She's going, I feel disappointed when you don't come in. And he's going, I think you're mistaken. Right? So she's coming from this feeling place, and it really feels like grieving for her when he doesn't do what she says, right? She feels it all. You know, she's got her hair in a bun and she's turned around. She might even go grey waiting for him. That's how she feels. And he goes, yeah, but what do you think about it? The divine masculine doesn't know. He doesn't feel it the same way as divine feminine does, necessarily. He does, but the feelings can scare him. And so that's why he can retreat. He's like, woof, I'm off with my logical thoughts. I think I just had a feeling. Let me speed away from this. And so in the separation, the last thing I want to mention is that the divine feminine is really trying to just get in frequency with who she is, whether that's work, home life, you know, moving in and out of a house. It might even just be fixing up a messy corner in her house that makes her feel better, you know, getting rid of clutter, etc. But remember, divine masculine comes from that thinking space. What do you mean you feel that? I can't trust what you feel because I don't trust what I feel. You should be thinking about it. Bert, you're making me laugh so much today. So I'm trying not to make Donkey jealous because I do spend an awful lot of time with Donkey. He's practicing his wave. Look at that. Ooh, it's very royal. We have to go round this way if we're doing the royal wave. Anyway, I hope this makes sense to you. If you need me, if you need to get into union with yourself, you want to do my Ascension package, Twin Flame package. If you want to manifest your twin from an energetic perspective, which of course is the best perspective to manifest them by, you do my manifesting course. But then if you have done all of that and they're coming in and they're actually talking to you, surprise, surprise, wow, oh wow, that could be a miracle in itself when he actually rides on his horse and comes in. Divine feminine goes, are you sure you're staying or are you going to piss off again, right? Anyway, that's a bit of a joke. But once you've done the manifesting course, then you can ask me the 20 questions and say, well, now that he's here in the 3D, how on earth do I behave? Because I've been imagining him for so long And now he actually showed up in reality. Oop! And he's so, in Australia we say bloody logical, and it's driving me crazy. I can't call you on a Wednesday night because Wednesday night I go out with my mates and we play darts. And she's like, well, okay, what about on Thursday night? Do you feel that would be better? What do you mean, do I feel? No, I don't feel anything. I'm thinking about it all. Let me have a think. Hang on, I'll just ghost you for 12 days and I'll come back and let you know. While I'm thinking about it all, you can grieve over me thinking about it all. And I might be gone for 4 weeks or 4 days or 4 years. But it's okay because you know I love you, right? Don't you? I'm being silly. It's all Bert's fault. Bert's crazy. Look. He's having a crazy time. He actually, when he does that, he reminds me of the animal on the Muppets. Remember him? He used to go while he was playing the drums. If you haven't watched the Muppets recently, Google that or go on YouTube and watch something to do with the Muppets, because that will make you have a fantastic day. What are you doing? He's crazy. All right. Mwah. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the whole wide, big world that no one can visit each other in. That's a whole nother story. I won't talk about that today. Mwah. See you soon. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and contact me if you need me. Bye. Bye.